back at the Stan Sheriff Center, and the attitude here has changed 100%. Momentum certainly on the side of the Warriors. They still trail it 2-1, but Chris, the mood when we went into intermission versus the mood now, night and day.
Well, it really is. Boy, he's really turning it around. They did not fold up their tents and give up despite being smashed in set number 2. They came out firing with all guns a-blazing. And give some credit to Charlie Wade. I don't know what he said at the locker room, but or maybe some of the players started talking to themselves. That'd be even better because they played with a lot of passion, a lot of motivation, much more precision, especially their side-out percentage. They sided out at 82% in that third set. And you're going to win a lot of games if you side out at 82%. They also hit 556. The set before that, they had negative 192. Quite a turnaround. Here's some Nick West attacks. Nick's got 6 kills. He's got 3 blocks. There you see with another. That's his paintbrush attack there. That's a little backspin shot that he had earlier. And Stephen Hunt, who was hitting negative earlier, really came out on fire in the third set. And he's now got 8 kills, 6 errors. And he's just really doing a job because he's got 2 blockers or sometimes 3 blockers on him at all times. And there he comes up with a big block. He's been in on 1 block assist tonight. Serving much better as well. All the Warriors are serving. The best of the 4 matches I've seen so far is the best night I've seen them serve.
And being rewarded for his good play, Harrison Carroll remains on the floor as we get ready to start this third set. You look at the numbers on Stephen Hunt. 16 kills last night, 8 tonight. Also a couple of digs and a block. But he, perhaps the most emphatic of all, coming out of the tunnel after that intermission and leading the charge. He's a veteran. He's a senior.
I'd be surprised if Harrison Carroll stays in, though. He's just not as physical at the net as somebody like Johan Timmer.
Well, he's also giving up 4 inches. He goes 6'2", Timmer 6'6". Actually 5 inches, excuse me. Harrison Carroll 6'1".
Yeah.
So Hawaii to serve it up and get things going. Stephen Hunt. And we are set to resume play at the Stan Sheriff Center. Hawaii down 2-1. And let's see if they can build on what they did in that third set. Off the block, nice job by Costello to keep that one alive. Hunt, I think the ball may have even kissed the scoreboard. Viscaro keeping it alive, and JP Marks unable to put it down. Again, the Hawaii block, keeping the ball up and putting it down is Jared Lofi.
That was the best sequence of the night for Hawaii. They were very precise in their passing, precise in that set right there from Viscaro to Lofi. And Lofi's, he's got to be pumped. He's been around a long time. I believe this is his 5th year, and he would love nothing more than to finish on a high note.
1-0 Hawaii. Another great serve, nearly a service ace. Instead, good job of putting that one down by Matt Gallick.
What a gutsy set that time by BJ Bulldog. Just fires it.
That was almost a perfectly straight,
Gallick. Yeah,
horizontal set.
It was like a horizontal set. Yeah, that was fun to watch.
BJ Bulldog serves it wide.
He follows a super play with, I think he would like to have that serve back. That was a pretty awful play. That wasn't even close.
So Lofi back to serve for Hawaii. They lead it 2-1 here in set number 4. Oh, nice job by BJ Marks at the net.
And finally, Petty is slowing down just a little bit. Set very tight. Petty didn't have much to swing at. Marks right there, the clamp on him. Good solid block, didn't follow through, didn't net. So very disciplined that time by J.P. Marks. He's got a lot of international experience, you know, so he's good at that.
Lofi floats it over, a little bit of a delay in the center, getting over, and then again, it is Nick West stepping up, and West comes up with the roof.
Good move by West to the outside. I think he knew that's where the set was going to go because the pass was so poor. And Carbinet coming down to earth, picks up his second error of the night.
And so a nice little run here by Hawaii to extend the lead to 4-1. Marks again at the net, but they're going to call a net violation against the Flyers. And that's a point Hawaii, and Hawaii now goes up 5-1.
A frustrated Dan Friend right now.
And you know,
seeing his team unravel a bit.
And interestingly enough, in this, the fourth match of the season for Hawaii, this is the first time they've gone 4 sets. All 3 matches. Their 2 wins, their losses have all been 3 straight set sweeps.
That's right. So this will be a test of their endurance. How much weight room work have they been doing?
I can't imagine that would be a problem, but pretty interesting to be going beyond 3 sets for the first time in their 4th match.
Yeah.
5-2 as the Flyers get the side out. Back to serve.
Meantime, the Flyers had a 3-1 match against Pepperdine that they won, and a 3-2 match that they lost to Pepperdine.
And the hammer by J.P. Marks.
J.P. Marks sort of sneaking inside. Carbinet with no chance on that one. Marks with a quick arm swing. Here's where Hawaii, I think, might struggle just a bit if Lewis chooses to pick on Harrison Carroll.
Diving out away at the very last minute, Roberto Torres Davis, and Hawaii's choice as Biscaro serves it just long. Side out, 6-3 Hawaii.
Torres Davis, a good little block. A good little libero. He was picked for first team All-MIVA this year preseason. He is their best passer. Made a nice move there.
And side out Hawaii is serving it into the net is Matt Gallick. And Hawaii takes a 4-point advantage, equaling their largest lead of this 3rd set.
Gallick's second service error of the night, 15th service error by Lewis.
Marks. And he hammers it into the net.
That's Marks' second service error. Hawaii's got 10. Marks has a couple aces to go along with his 2 errors.
Ian Carbinet, the big 6'6" opposite out of Orlando, Florida. He's had himself a good night. And he serves it into the net, so 3 in a row. Well, Hawaii up by 4 is willing to play this side-out game, but preferably not contributing another service error of their own. Nick West back to serve for the Warriors. Good one off the net. Overpass, Stephen Hunt off the block. The perfect swing on an overpass.
Now that's how to swing it over and hit an overpass.
Getting it right over the net. 0 room for error.
And Stephen Hunt, quick to credit the server because the server was one who created that. Nick West, he gave Hunt the chance to get the big kill.
9-4 Hawaii in the 4th set. Hawaii storming back in the 3rd. Good serve by West. And a big booming swing by who else but Jay Petty, who now has 15 kills to lead all swingers in this match.
Lofi came down a little awkward, grabbed his ankle, but says, "Coach, I'm staying in." And Petty continues his Superman work on the other side of the net.
West goes out, back into the match is Harrison Carroll. Here's Carroll on the back set, and he's just long.
Warrior attack is long. Point Flyers.
I like the way Biscaro went back to Carroll. They're loading up on Stephen Hunt so much, that would have been, he might have had 3 blockers on him that time because the pass was not very good. So to go back to Carroll, at least gave Carroll a chance to hit at a split block.
Hunt. Blocked. Hunt tries to go right back after it. And unable to handle it. Aaron Flick sent that right back to Hunt, and the second time he hit it into the net.
And that's an overpass he should not have swung at. Should have passed it up and run a play.
Charlie Wade talking about that last night, talking about Stephen Hunt was able to pick his spots, was able to be patient and spread it around when he needed to spread it around. Maybe he should have there. And the serve by Powell is long. So we get that one back. Does Hawaii. And they lead it by 3. Harrison Carroll floats it over. And who else? Nope, that time was number 18. It was Flick.
He is their best blocker at 1.2 blocks per set. Gets a couple kills a set. Hits .480. Doesn't make many mistakes.
Flick serving it over. Lofi trying to put it down. Save. There's Petty off the block.
How about the dig by the big middle blocker? Flick, 6'8" middle. When you get guys like that that give up their body, go down and will do anything to get a point, you're going to have a pretty good team.
Hawaii led it 9-4. Now it's 10-9. A 5-1 run by the Flyers, and Stephen Hunt says take that.
Stephen Hunt with his 10th kill, but he's only hit 111. He's got 7 errors.
Charlie Wade coming out talking to his team, and there you see Dan Friend talking to the official. Stephen Hunt to serve.
That was one good serve. Not much to do here. Hawaii should score off this about 90% of the time.
And there's Marks. And Marks does exactly what you say.
Hawaii doing a much better job of transitioning from defense to offense the last 2 sets.
Good look at JP Marks. His numbers tonight, 9 kills. In a trio of digs and blocks, and Hunt back to serve again with Hawaii up by 3. Another good serve. And Costello not able to handle the big kill. Another good swing.
Once again, I'm surprised that Hawaii's not getting more blockers up on an obviously hot player, the hottest player in the gym right now. 16 kills for Petty, 17 kills now, hitting .333, and yet he's sometimes seeing solo blocks.
Lewis back within 2. BJ Bulldog with the serve. And Marks roofed at the net. That was the combination of Carbonet and Matt Gallick.
It was a bad pass that resulted in Biscaro only being able to go one way. The 2 blockers out there just waiting for Marks. Well-formed block.
Flyers back within 1. Hawaii led by 5 at one point in this set. Back set, Costello, and he fires long.
Not Costello, I think it was Harrison Carroll.
Or Harrison Carroll, excuse me.
If Costello hit it, it would have been illegal.
Yeah. Thank you for the correction. We are even at 12 all. There's Costello with the pass. And there's Mark straight down, but in. No, just wide. And a timeout's going to be called by Charlie Wade. Another lead change, the first in this set. As Lewis battles back from 5 down, they lead at 13-12. Now back at the Stan Sheriff Center, and credit the Flyers. They were down by 5, and they have rallied back, Chris, to take a 13-12 advantage.
And part of the reason is that Hawaii is just too many self-inflicted wounds. 5 kills, 5 errors in this set. They're hitting 0, 0, 0, as you see on the screen there. You're not going to win many matches if you can't get in the positive numbers. Hawaii should be hitting around, 275 to 325 on a regular basis. But again, they're a young team. It's going to take a while for them to be that consistent.
Flyers on a 4-0 run and an opportunity to extend that. Good play to keep that one alive. Harrison Carroll to Hunt, who has to just knock it over. Another opportunity. And hitting it long. Asking off the touch. No, not going to get the call. No touch. Point Warriors, and one of the few hitting errors on the night by Jay Petty.
You see him smiling? That's because he knows there was probably a touch. There's only 2 people in the gym who knew that, and it's Petty, yeah, and one of the blockers for Hawaii. I can't see which one. Biscaro, maybe.
And right back comes Powell with his 40-inch vertical leap and sends it down to the Terraflex. And Lewis back up by 1.
He lands right up by the net. He just gets way up. Lands right there at the net. He's a leaper, to say the least.
So Jay Petty, as you look at Powell, back to serve. What a night Petty is having. 17 kills, but now kind of coming back to earth, hitting 294. Well, that time, Petty just tried to get away from it. Couldn't do it.
Boy, Nick West got lucky there. You should go over and thank Mr. Petty.
Warrior substitution, Taylor April for Harrison Carroll.
And tied again at 14 this time.
So Charlie Way's now getting a larger block up front. He's got the 6'7".
Taylor Averill.
Taylor Averill in for Harrison Carroll at 6'1". So try to get a little more size up front.
Good serve by Biscaro. Flying out of the back row. And what a dig by Costello. And then Hawaii wins the point as Stephen Hunt puts it down.
What a dig. Unbelievable.
Off Costello, off the net, and then Hunt takes the ricochet and puts it down for the kill. That's Hunt's 11th of the night. Timeout here at the Stan Sheriff Center. We take a break. Hawaii up by 1, 15-14 in set number 4. Look at the bench of the Flyers. They were just sailing around. Looking good through 2 sets. Hawaii stormed back after the intermission. Now the Warriors trying to extend it to a 5th set. Good job by Marks to keep that one alive. To Taylor Averill. That's off the block and out. And Taylor Averill gets one in the kill column.
Biscaro was the first one who got it started out by keeping his serve in after the timeout. Something tough to do. And then J.P. Marks with a nice touch on the block there, and Averill finished.
Biscaro with the high toss and a good serve. And on the far side, Jeff Powell puts it down. And Powell notches his 8th kill.
Powell really gets up. That block not tight at all. West has got to close more. Or Averill's got to move his block in more and post it in tighter, because I really haven't seen Powell hit line yet. Maybe they should just bring the block in more cross court.
Nick West gets a nice tight set from Biscaro. He puts it down. And Hawaii back up by 2.
I'll tell you what happened there. Stephen Hunt was a decoy, because Stephen Hunt was on the outside. And it was J.P. Marks was on the outside. And middle blocker for Lewis, Flick, thought the ball was going to go to the outside. He left the middle all the way open.
Marks on serve for Hawaii with a 2-point advantage and an opportunity to extend it. Right back to Nick West. And for the 2nd play in a row, the quick set from Biscaro.
If Hawaii passes well, they're going to work that middle, and it's going to open things up on the outside, because now Flick is going to start jumping in the middle, and so will Gallick. And then they will be slow to get to the outside when outside sets come up. So this strategy right now working well for Hawaii.
Hawaii was up by 5 early. Lewis came back to take a 13-12 advantage. Now Hawaii back up. Nice job by Petty to keep it alive. And back the other way, Costello with a nice touch. Carbonier unable to get it over the net. Hunt made sure it fell back on the Flyer side.
Once again,
I don't know if it
Costello
actually made it over the net or not.
I think it was barely a touch right there, just a little tap down, but Costello started that whole thing with a great dig.
So a timeout taken by 8th-year coach Dan Friend, and it was all smiles for the team in red. But now a little bit of stress, a 6-1 run by the Warriors, and boy, have they turned the table. They turned it after the intermission, and now momentum is creeping up, and they take the advantage here in the 4th set.
And who else was really crucial in that series there was J.P. Marks. He again threw that little off-speed. You know about off-speed pitches, don't you?
Oh boy, never liked him.
You never well,
No hitter
Lewis
likes an
doesn't like him either.
pitch.
I haven't seen them pass his off-speed serve yet.
Yeah.
They've been aced twice on those off-speeders, but they just if they don't get aced, then they're at least passing the ball way off the net, where it becomes very obvious where the set's going to go, where Bulldog's got to set it. It's usually to the outside. So if Hawaii can keep their serve in and keep Lewis from passing the ball up to the net, they're going to be very successful.
Maulia Labar there, the former University of Hawaii Warrior, is a graduate assistant, actually a volunteer coach, saying he'll do anything he can to help this team out. As you look at the digs, Lewis still has the advantage, but momentum clearly on the side of the Warriors. Trying to extend this to a 5th set.
And Stephen Hunt, who was hitting negative earlier in the match, now got 11 kills, 7 errors. He's really kept his errors down on 30 swings. The biggest thing, I think, is that Mascaro's starting to go to the middle. He's got Lopi with 2 kills on 5 sets, and he's going a lot to West. West has 15 sets now. That's more than he gets the other 3 game matches. That's way more than he usually gets. And he's got 9 kills, only 2 errors, hitting a lofty 467.
So Hawaii, with the exception of Averill, in for Johan Timmer. Everybody else, the starters. And Hawaii 19-15, and a good swing that time by Aaron Flick. And Aaron Flick picks up his 5th kill of the night. And the Flyers black within 3.
Easy pass. That's what they call a 3-point pass, where all 3 attackers are in the game.
Hunt, blocked and coming up big time with the room. B.J. Bulldog, the center.
And I think Mascaro should just keep going to the middle. He could have set in the middle there to West, as opposed to always going to Hunt. Hunt just has 2 guys on him all the time. Very difficult to attack effectively.
So 2 quick points for the Flyers out of the timeout. They go back to Hunt, and this time he manages to bury it in front of Eric Barney for the kill.
See, when he gets one blocker like that, it's much easier. But it's only because Nick West went really hard in the middle, and Flick jumped with him, which gave Hunt one-on-one situation on the outside. Now you see smiling with the one-on-one. Here comes Crutch, Troy Crutchfield. He's one of the guys that really, in practice, you walk in the gym and you see Troy Crutchfield. He's just chattering all over the place, getting the team fired up.
Kind of knuckle floats the serve over, and that one is long. Hawaii gets the point. And the Warriors now in this 4th set up 21-17.
And a rare error from Jay Petty, who's come down to hit now. He's hitting 250, was hitting 909 earlier in this match.
And that one goes cross court and in. Point for the Flyers of Lewis. Yeah, he was hitting 909, and you're not talking about after just a couple swings.
That was a lot of swings. I think the 2nd set. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So the Flyers back within 3. Hawaii certainly no time to celebrate yet. They got some work to do to send this to a 5th and decisive set. Greg Petty, younger brother to Jay Petty, who has played so brilliantly tonight. Good pass by Hunt. Couple touches, and is that going to be a fourth touch? Back row touch by Hawaii. There's a little bit of confusion. And now a critical point is Hawaii up by just 2, 21-19. And Petty back to serve.
Yeah, but Scarroll's a back row player right now. He can't go up and do any jousting at the net or try to attack the ball or even set the ball up there when it's too tight.
Marks handling the serve nicely. Hunt trying to just softly put one down. Good save by Costello, and then Averill goes sideways and unable to get it over. Another point for the Flyers, and they're back within 1.
Charlie Wade's got to call a timeout here pretty soon. He can't. I'd call a timeout right now.
And he's going to.
Flyers come up and tie Hawaii.
Well, Hawaii was up by 4. A 3-point run, and now it's a single digit that separates the Warriors and the Flyers here in set number 4.
This next play is huge because if Hawaii can go up 22-20, they can just side out 3 times and get the set to the 5th set, which an hour ago we would not thought be possible. If they lose the point, and all of a sudden it becomes, they've seen it. This Lewis team come back on them. They might get a little shaky or desperate.
Hawaii played well in the first set, led it several points throughout, but behind the play and the strong play early of Jay Petty, took the set 25-21. Second set was all Flyers, 25-11. Charlie Wade starting to rotate some of the younger players in there, and almost as if to say, okay, well, this set, you guys have got it. We're going to get some experience.
Yeah.
And then in that third set, he kind of found something in there in a man named Harrison Carroll. And all of a sudden, he helped turn the tide. And Hawaii took the third set. Now here we are, crunch time in set number 4.
Yeah, Carroll got a block and a kill at the end of that third set that really made a big difference. So he got to start the 4th set, but then they just couldn't give up that much size up front. So they got Taylor Averill in there at 6'7". And right now, Petty has got to see if he can serve that. He had 2 great serves before the timeout. We'll see if he can do it after the timeout. Costello, Marks, and Hunt, the passers.
So 21-20. Well, this is the crucial point that you were talking about. Back to serve once again is Greg Petty. Costello, Marks, and Hunt in the back row. And it goes to Costello. And flying out of the back is Hunt, but blocked up. And then it's Lofi with the roof. And how big was that for Hawaii?
I'll tell you, Lewis knew exactly what was coming. They came in and blocked Hunt and then dug him. And right back, here comes Jared Lofi with his biggest block of 2012.
And now the biggest serve for Taylor Averill in his young Warrior career. Just wants to float it over. He does. The lefty, Carbonier, dug up. Another opportunity. They're going to go to Jay Petty. Averill gets his hands on it. Saved over there by Viscarlo. Averill hits it over. And then that time.
Net violation on Viscarlo.
So
but you know where they're going to go. They're going to go to Petty every chance they can here in the late going. Again, another crucial side out for Hawaii.
Aaron Flick back to serve. Hunt handles the serve, and then out of the back row, J.P. Marks. And Marks hammers it off the block. Hawaii goes up 23-21.
I love that set selection by Viscarlo. That time, Lewis was already leaving to go block Hunt on the outside, left the middle open, and I think they thought Lofi was not going to get set. He's only been set 5 times all night. So to go to J.P. Marks out of the back row, brilliant play.
23 serving 21. Hunt with the serve. Averill And Taylor Averill tries to get it up, but it goes out. And once again, Lewis back within 1. 22 serving 23. Everybody wants to stick around on this Aloha Friday night and see it go to a 5th set. Marks off the block.
And JP Marks took an out ball there, but you know what? He more than made up for it with that swing.
You're
now
right.
Hawaii with set point. Wow.
The serve would have likely flown long, and there you get a look at Dan Friend. Oh, he was smiling early. Not so much right now, and he calls for a timeout. So Charlie Wade and the Warriors 1 point away from forcing a 5th set. Winner take all.
Here's where you saw how deep Marks was when he passed that ball. I thought it was an out ball. He takes it anyway, gets the ball right back from Biscaro, hits the high hands sharp with a lot of power, and gets the 24th point in the 4th set. Who would have ever thought after the 25, look at the scores, folks, 25-21, 25-11. So who would have thought an hour later that Hawaii would have won, or is coming close to winning, the next 2 sets. This is a remarkable turnaround. And regardless of what happens, Charlie Wade has got to be happy with the way the Warriors have fought. They've obviously learned some lessons from playing UC San Diego last week, where they just did not look good at all on night number 2. Tonight, they've been sharper. They played with more passion, with the exception of the 2nd set, where they didn't look very sharp at all. But they're playing the number 9 team in the country, a team, Lewis, that played, you know, very, very close to UCLA last night. They went 4 with the Bruins, and Bruins have a very good team this year.
You know, frankly, Hawaii, admittedly, they were embarrassed after that 2nd set sweep at the hands of UC San Diego. They had their banquet, their fundraiser the very next night. And Charlie Wade got up there in front of everybody and said,
"We're young."
It would have been a lot nicer if we would have won 2 straight. But you know what? Yes, we are young. But he says, you know what? We're young, but I'm going to put an asterisk, and that asterisk is I'm not going to use that as an excuse. We got a lot of good players, and we got to find a way. Well, tonight they have found a way in set number 3, and they're on the verge of finding their way into a 5th set.
So they have 2 chances to win here. They got Sidora, who's been very good off the bench with his jump serve. As a freshman, we'll see if he can deliver here.
So Brooks Sidor serving for the set. 24-22. Good.
Great serve.
Big swing. And putting it down is Jay Petty for his 19th kill to match the number on his jersey.
Once again, Petty only had 1 blocker up. You knew the ball had to go to him. He was their go-to guy. And now, 1 side out for the Warriors is all they need, and they've got Petty in the back row, which is good news for the Warriors, because now at least he's, you know, their big attacker is going to be there for 3 rotations at least.
And there you see, he wears 19 on his jersey, and 19 kills for him tonight. But all Hawaii needs to do, as you said, a side out. He floats it over. Hawaii setting it up. JP Marks hammers it down, and we're going to a 5th set at the Stan Sheriff Center, everybody. Hawaii rallies back to take set number 3 and set number 4. So fasten your seatbelts and get ready. When we come back, it's a 5th set. Winner take all. You're watching University of Hawaii Warrior Volleyball on OC Sports.